Hi. So, I meant to do this video at the start of this year, but I got sidetracked and I was sick when I first did this video, so I ended up not doing anything with my original recordings at all. So, now I'm here at the end of the year doing this again because I need to get some other video out before the end of this year. So, welcome to the Kingdom Hearts Dragon tier list. I've been meaning to do this video for a very long time, but I'm only now just getting around to it. I literally just woke up like 2 hours ago, and one of the first things I decided to do today was do this, because I have a lot of other stuff I want to do, and I just need to get this out of the way, so let's just get started, okay? Let's start with the Union Cross boss, the Assault Dragon. So, the Assault Dragon was a raid boss in Union Cross, and that's about all I can really say about it. Union Cross enemies don't really have a whole lot to them outside of design, so I guess this guy, it is kind of a cool design. I think it's probably based on the original Wyvern. I could be wrong about that, but it looks like it to me. It's an interesting, robotic dragon design, so I'll put it in B tier. I think that's fine. Okay, let's go to an actual dragon this time. Let's talk about the Ryu Dragon, or the Dragon as it's actually technically called. This is the Nightmare version. I have all three versions of the Ryu Dragon on this list. The Nightmare version, I hate it. I kind of hate it. It's a very annoying enemy in the endgame of Dream Drop, which, to be fair, a lot of enemies in Dream Drop are really annoying, but this one in particular is one of the more annoying ones. It does look kind of neat, but it's not like my favorite color scheme in the world. So I'm gonna put you in C tier. I would put you in D tier if it wasn't for the fact that the Spirit version of the Ryu Dragon exists. I have a funny story with this guy. So the Nightmare Ryu Dragon, obviously I don't like it very much, so I was like, okay, I don't really want this thing on my team because it is very annoying and I don't like it. But then I took a look at the Spirit version of the Ryu Dragon and I'm like, you are my son now. You're my son now. You're going up into yes tier. He's a very good boy. And we also have the rare Nightmare version. I don't know, C tier. Okay, let's go ahead and knock out one of these weirdo ones down here. Let's talk about the Wyvern. The Lance Wyvern. I believe this is one of Xaldin's weapons from Days. Well, I mean, it kind of looks like the Wyvern, but it's mostly just a long stick, so no, you're going down into D tier. I'm sure some of you have noticed this random Cid medal down here. I'm not ranking Cid, I'm ranking the ability that this particular medal gives you, which is called Dragon, which I think is based on one of Cid's limits from the original Final Fantasy VII. It's kind of a cool animation, but outside of the fire theming, it doesn't really have anything to do with dragons, so I'll put it above the stick in D tier, I guess. Okay, let's go back to some of the normal ones. Let's talk about the Dragoon. Yeah, this is one of the cooler nobody designs in KH2. My favorite part about it is the jump reaction command, which Xaldin also has in his boss fight. But the design is just kind of neat, you know? It's obviously weird, like a lot of nobody designs are, but it does have a lot of that coolness factor, so I'll put you in A tier. Alright, let's go back to Union Cross. The Leviathan. Yes, the Leviathan counts as a dragon, because I said so. This guy looks kind of cool. Again, this is a Union Cross enemy. I don't think I even actually fought this thing back when I did play Union Cross, so I have no real reference for what its animations are like at all. It is a boss fight, if I had to guess. But, design-wise, you know, it is pretty cool. I don't know, B tier? I'll put it above the Assault Dragon because I think I just prefer, actual natural creatures over robots. Mushu. I don't really like Mushu. Going down to the D tier at the very bottom. I'm sorry. Sorry, Eddie Murphy. Let's get the other Dream Eaters out of the way. Let's talk about the Drak-Quack, starting with the Nightmare version. I mean, it's a design, I guess. I don't really know how to feel about it. It's not a bad design. It's, you know, the colors are kind of, you know, they're very crazy, but they're not like overly crazy. Like I can at least tell what I'm looking at. Which, to be fair, I don't know what exactly it is that I am looking at. I don't know. Bottom of C tier. Drak-Quack, Spirit version. I don't know. I'll put it above the Nightmare version because I like the colors more. And then you might think that's all that there is for Dream Eaters. Nope, there's another Dream Eater. This is a dragon spirit from Union Cross, technically, because this thing was actually unused because the developers were cowards, I guess. You know, even then, it's not like a great dragon design. It's a bit odd looking to me. I guess I'll put it above the Drak-Quacks because at least this thing isn't like that creepy. Oh look, more Union Cross. It's the Gummy Dragon. Well, it's a reskin of the Assault Dragon, so I guess that means I should probably put it next to it. Put it behind it because it doesn't really look that appealing, I guess. Okay, let me just get the rest of these other weirdos out of the way. Starting with this thing. So this is a screenshot of Kingdom Hearts 1 with the Bahamut summon that's unused in the game's code. And Bahamut in Final Fantasy is typically depicted as like a big dragon guy, so that's the only reason why it's here. But like, you know, it's literally just a line of text. I don't even know why I included it on here. Going down to the D tier. Let's talk about the Leviathan again, but as a Keyblade. This Keyblade design is actually really sick. I really love the color scheme and the swirly bit at the very end. It feels weird to put it above, like, actual dragons, but, you know, I'll put it right here next to the real Leviathan. Okay, next we have, I forgot what this Keyblade was called, hold on. Okay, wait, no, I lied, it's called the Fatal Crest. This is the Keyblade you get after completing one of the cups in the Underworld in KH2. I don't really remember which one, but you get it for that. Yeah, I mean, it's a neat design, you know, it's very edgy, it's a skeletal dragon, which, you know, has a lot of coolness factor to it. I don't think I like it more than a Leviathan, though, even though this one is more dragon-esque. I'll put that next to the Leviathan because I do like the design. Alright, next up we have the Hidden Dragon. It's okay, I think it's like kind of based on Mushu, so that makes it not as based. I'm gonna put you at the bottom of the C tier. And last up, we have this Donald staff. Let me look up the name real quick. Okay, this thing is called the Rising Dragon. Funnily enough, you actually get this also by completing cups in the Coliseum, like with Fatal Crest. So it's funny that they put these two dragon-themed weapons right next to each other. I mean, it's okay. It's a fine, kind of goofy little dragon staff for Donald. It has more dragon-like features than either of Sora's dragon-themed Keyblades. It's fine, bottom of B tier, I guess. Okay, now we're getting into the real dragons, alright? Starting with Maleficent Dragon. So, I'm generally a fan of these kind of more simple, like, classic Western dragon designs. Like, Maleficent Dragon is, like, one of the quintessential, like, classic dragons. Like, she's very cool. And in Kingdom Hearts, she's kind of notorious for being a roadblock for children playing Kingdom Hearts 1, so that's also kind of neat. I'm putting you in the S tier. She is wife. Huh? Next up, we have the Storm Rider. I now realize that I probably should have put the entire Land of Dragons on this list because, you know, it's the Land of Dragons, but I guess I just didn't do that for some reason, even though I included, like, a literal line of text. So I don't know what I was thinking there, but whatever. We have the Storm Rider here, and it's more so based on like Chinese dragons, and like I'm not the biggest fan of that kind of aesthetic, but this guy does have a really cool boss fight. I especially love, like, you know, the reaction command and the part where he closes you in with these barriers. Like that stuff's pretty cool. Just for that boss fight, I'll put it up to A tier. It does have that kind of, like, iconic status to it. And speaking of Kingdom Hearts 2 dragons, we have Xemnas' dragon. Yeah, I bet most people didn't even realize that this was a dragon. I didn't really register it as one for a long time because it's more like, it's very mechanical looking. It's got a lot of, like, weird shapes on it. But, like, when you actually look at the whole model, which I should probably do right now, actually. Okay, so it has multiple phases. This image here is of the second form where you can actually see its entire body. It is a very, very weird design. There's no wonder why I never really registered it as a dragon, because it just looks so odd. So this guy is a part of my favorite final boss encounter in, like, any video game. So just for that alone, I'm gonna put it in high B tier. The design isn't really my thing, but I do respect it a lot, you know? Okay, all we have left now are these guys. Just a whole bunch of wyverns. Most of them are from Days, which is a game that I just recently replayed, so I have experience with all of these fellas now, so I can properly talk about them. Let's start with the Dust Flyer, which is, funnily enough, is the only wyvern I didn't really interact with on my recent playthrough, because he is very, very strong. He is essentially the game's super boss, and I didn't even bother trying to defeat him on my recent playthrough. I might do it someday, but not now. Yeah, so this guy is kind of infamous for being, like, you know, the super boss of Days, one of the jankiest Kingdom Hearts games. Design-wise, though, I don't really know what to say about it. It's kind of just like a dark red wyvern, and, you know, it is a neat color scheme, but it's not really an exciting color scheme. It's just kind of like, I don't really feel too strongly about it. I'll put it beneath the Leviathans. Next up we have the Avalanche. This guy is funny because you can just defeat him with, like, a couple of fires and then he's just dead. Like, wow, that sure was a boss fight. The silver color scheme isn't really my thing. I don't feel too strongly about it. I'll put it below Fatal Crest. Alright, next up we have the Phantom Tail. Alright, here's an interesting color scheme. Pink. You don't see that many pink dragons out there. The gimmick of this fella is that if you hit them on the head, they teleport. And that's kind of it. I don't know. I mean, I didn't find it that annoying, personally. I'll put you in A tier because pink is something. Alright, next up we have this guy, the Tail Bunker. If I remember right, I'm pretty sure this is the very first boss you fight in Days. It's kind of like a greenish yellow wyvern that goes down pretty easily. Not the biggest fan of the color scheme here. I'll put you at bottom of, or not bottom of B tier. I guess, like, below the Dust Flyer. Alright, next up we have Wave Crest. I believe you first encountered this in Neverland, and this is a shade of blue that I am much more a fan of. I really like this color scheme here. Hang on, let me actually get a closer look at it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's got a bit of yellow on it that you can't really see very well on here. And, you know, I like how it looks. I do really like the color scheme on this one. I'll actually put it at the top here. I like it a lot. All right, next up we have this other green wyvern. I don't remember what it's called. Hold on. It's called the Windstorm. Okay, that's what it's called. If you ask me, besides the Dust Flyer, this is probably the most annoying wyvern boss, because you have to fight, like, 3 of them at once. Just one of them on their own isn't that bad, but, like, when you have to deal with 3 of them at once, like shooting these wind projectiles at you that cause you to be air tossed, which is not a very fun status effect, yeah, it's not a really fun fight. It just turns into a big mash fest. The design itself, though, I do like this shade of green more than the Tail Bunker, at least. You do have kind of an annoying boss fight, so I don't really want to put you up that high. I'll put you above the Leviathan, sure. And then, last but not least, we have probably the Kingdom Hearts dragon. It's the Wyvern, like the original Wyvern from KH1. This is the final mix one, but I'm basically ranking them both here. I think both color schemes are pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's a great Heartless design. It's really cool, you know? It's one of the coolest Heartless designs out there, especially for, like, a regular enemy. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. Like, it's just, like, a really awesome Heartless. I'm obviously putting this guy up in yes tier, but I don't really know if I want to put it, like, below Dragon Maleficent or above Rio Dragon. You know what? I'll put it at the top. Yeah, the OG gets the #1 spot. Whoop-de-doo. You're welcome. Alright, bye.